is Hannah Meyer, and I'm a senior at Providence Christian Academy. As a senior, I've been exploring my college options, and I have been enlightened and shocked to find that even this task is related to my stance on pro-life. As I began touring colleges and talking to friends about their college experience, I was stunned to find that they have been punished for being pro-life. In my first example, a friend of mine, let's call him Matthew, attends Motlow State Community College, where an assignment for his literature class was to write a paper on the pros of abortion in the U.S. society today. Now, this is a general education class that all must take to receive their associate's degree. Matthew opted out of this paper because it directly opposed his beliefs as a Christian. Because he chose not write this paper that went against his beliefs, it resulted in him receiving a 0 on the project and ultimately failing the class. There was not an option for him to write about the pros and cons of abortion, rather to simply state the pros of abortion. Another example is a high school student, a friend of mine, we'll call her Emma, who is taking dual enrollment classes at Columbia State Community College. Her assignment was to write a research paper on the Roe v. Wade case. Here was where she voiced her pro-life opinions and felt such backlash and questioning from her peers and professor. She felt pressured to conform to write her paper as a pro-choice advocate. Even though she wrote it here, she felt pressured to conform to this standard of view because she has a major scholarship on the line and cannot afford to lose it with a poor grade. This is what we as Christians and pro-life advocates are up against. This is a lot to ask for a student, to either fail a class, write a paper contrary to your belief, or lose a major scholarship. So how do we as Christians, Americans, moms, dads, brothers, sisters, fellow students stand up to this? First off, it's not enough to say we are against abortion. We must be actively against abortion. We must take a stand against it. We must be pro-life. This journey, though, will not look the same for all. For Matthew, it looked like a failed class. For Emma, it looked like a learning opportunity. She is devastated. She did not stand up to her peers to support her true beliefs. My idea to combat the abortion tragedy is with action and empathy. First, action. We must pull the veil back and expose what is happening in our colleges, high schools, universities, and educate people on how higher learning opportunities are pushing their agendas on our students. We must stand up for the right to be pro-life. We must accept this call of courage. Next, we need to realize the extent of the fight we are up against. Since the last time I stood up here and spoke to you all, Roe v. Wade has been overturned. And this is a major first step, but exactly that, a first step, not the final step. Even though it has been overturned, less than half of the 50 states have banned abortion. States that still provide abortions still even call themselves abortion sanctuaries. Companies such as Amazon, CNN, Kroger, Dick's Sporting Goods, Bank of America, just to name a few, are even paying for their employees' flight into another state so they can receive an abortion. According to CBS News, Amazon and Dick's Sporting Goods both said they will reimburse up to $4,000 in travel costs for an employee of theirs to receive an abortion. Our action step must also include prayer. While praying, we must put on the full armor of God to combat the lies that are swarming our world today. Ephesians 6:12-13 says, "For our struggle is not against flesh and blood, but against the rulers, against the authorities, against the powers of this dark world, against the spiritual forces of evil in the heavenly realms. Therefore, put on the full armor of God, so that when the day of evil comes, you may be able to stand your ground, and after you have done everything, to stand. Our day is here. Our time has come to stand our ground against abortion. Now that we've discussed the action step, I believe that we need empathy as a tool to combat abortion. We must not hate or judge those who've had an abortion. At the moment of decision, a woman may have been misguided enough to believe this was the best or only option in her circumstance. That is where we need empathy. According to a company called Sierra, most women who've had an abortion or abortions regret it every day of their lives. One woman even said, "I hate myself every day." It sucks, because in the moment it felt like I was doing the right thing. But every time I'm going to bed, I'm just alone. Think about what if. This is common for countless women who've had an abortion or abortions, whether it's been a month or 15 years. As Christians, we must show these women the same love and mercy Christ shows us. This is not only we support their choice to have an abortion, but that we love them and walk with them through it. I want to leave you with this. Are you going to be like Matthew and stand firm in your belief in pro-life, no matter the cost? Or regret not standing up about your beliefs like Emma? Will you go from just saying you're against abortion to intently being pro-life in both action and empathy? Thank you.